Welcome back to Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the SU-5. It's the Tier 4 Soviet SPG, and this one's located on the north spawn of mines under the command of Guji-72. Well, I can tell from the gun that this is the 152mm mortar, which means it's the top gun, capable of 400 alpha on the enemy if it touches them. It's basically a 152mm standard mortar. It was fitted to the vehicles as a test. They built a variety of different SU-5s. In fact, they produced 3 prototypes back in the 30s and then produced 30 vehicles, but most of them went into storage and weren't used until the siege of Leningrad, where they were used fairly efficiently against the Germans. Now, this tank does have fairly high arc on its shells, and that means that you can get very accurate shots if you dial in your aim perfectly. And Guji's taken it to the Nigel spot on C1, and he's now going to aim at the enemy. Now, it's got a limited range, but it's very accurate, and if you can hit the tank in a very vulnerable spot, you will do a lot of damage, a great deal of damage. And he's aiming for the south of the hill, just behind the rock. Oh, we've got a number of targets. In fact, a Valentine 2, he fires around it, and a lovely hit on the rear. 108 hit points on him. Now, the reload's fairly fast. It's not hugely fast, but it's fairly fast. So if I remember correctly, it's about 15 seconds. Okay, we're loaded. Going for the Valentine 2 again. Round out. It's going to fall just behind him, but it splashes him for 78. And the enemy's really being punished on the hill. That Valentine was tracked every time he was hit, so that held him in spot. Okay, we're loaded. And he's killed before Guji can fire. The only problem with this Arty is it does carry a very limited amount of ammunition. You only get 12 shots. And the reason, well, it's only a very small vehicle based on the A-26, the British tank that the Soviets got some, and they turned it into the T-26. Now, one of the things about having a limited amount of ammo means that it's very likely that you're only going to get a few hits on the enemy, and if you use your shells carefully, you might get the last kill of the game with the last shell in your ammo, and that's a Faden's medal. And Faden's medals are very rare, but the... Oh, he got a splash kill there on the 127. So it's his first kill. Its Faden's medals are rare, but this little Arty is known as the Faden's medal machine because it can produce so many. I've got 2 Faden's medals from this Arty alone, or this type of Arty. It's that efficient. Okay, well, he's dialing in his aim, going for the M8A1. Dialed in, rounds out. This should be good. It is! Massive hit for 166. I'm surprised it didn't wipe him out completely. But he's only got 20 hit points left, and that's going to make him a one-shot for whoever hits him. Now we're almost loaded. Well, loaded now. Is he going to try a shot? Blind shot? I think he's going to wait for confirmation that the M8A1 is still there. We've got somebody looking out on the hill who might be able to spot him. Well, he's not in sight, and the shell just landed there and it didn't do anything. So it very much looks as if Guji's going to have to move south in order to hit the enemy, because most of the enemy tanks are on the south of the hill. Oh, there's the M18-1. He went into the grounds of the castle, and now he's shooting our teammates in the back. Can we get a shot on him? Should be able to kill him with a splash kill. Oh, no, we didn't. So we've only got 6 rounds left. We just saw a shell arcing into the enemy grounds with a Vespa. Well, there are 2 tanks down at the enemy. Yeah, this is going to be difficult. So it's a bit of an ask, but it can be done. We know that M8A1 is very low on hit points. He's only got 20, and we know that there's a Panzer 38T on the island just to the south of us. He's about 250 meters away, but he can't see us at the moment because we're around the corner. And that's one of the beauties of the Nigel spot. They only spot you if they come around the corner directly next to you. And if they do that, there's a very good chance you'll shotgun them in the side as they go past. And that will certainly ruin their day. Okay, Gucci's getting in ready for a shotgun. He hasn't been spotted yet, but he's lined up the shell, ready for the enemy tank to appear. If he does appear, he's going to get one hell of a nasty surprise. Probably end his game. Let's see if he does it. Here he goes. Oh, he was actually slightly further away than we thought. But Gucci hasn't been seen, but he takes him out with a shotgun. And that looked to be a manually aimed shotgun. He wasn't auto-aiming at all. Sometimes you do, but he would have been spotted. So he's gone into the protection of the rock, and that stops the enemy counter-batterying him. So that's a little better, because now we've got even... There's an Arty shot trying to kill him, but failed. You see, you can protect yourself in the Nigel spot. In fact, actually, I've not only actually shotgunned somebody who went past me heading north, but when I've been in this position, exactly where Gucci is right now, I've shotgunned enemy tanks that have come around to try and kill me, because obviously they have to come around the corner, and when they do, they expose themselves, and you can put a big high caliber shell right into their face, take them out the game. And there's another Arty shell trying to kill him and failing. Now, our tank, the only tank we've got remaining is an M2 medium, and he's very low on hit points. He's only got 2. Our Vespa, well, he's full health, but unfortunately the Vespa's not the most accurate of Artys. That's got a 105mm gun, the light field howitzer, and during the Second World War that was the workhorse of the German mobile artillery. All the heavy caliber Artys were mostly used for counter battery, funnily enough. I found that out the other day. I was a bit surprised, because I thought they were all used against enemy troops and vehicles, but no, the Germans selectively used the light field howitzers for anti-personnel and anti-vehicles, and they used the heavy caliber Artys to take out the enemy Artys. Well, the enemy doesn't know where we are, because they're blind firing up onto the plateau above the cap. I just saw a shell explosion in a bush over there, and there's nobody there, nobody home. So they're guessing where our people are. And I think now we could actually move. The enemy team consists of an M2 medium, an M3 GFT, which is the tank destroyer, and 2 Artys, so the Lorraine 39L AM and a Birch gun. And there's the M3 GFT, the tank destroyer, and he just took out our Vespa. But Gucci fires a round in and splashes that M3 GFT. Now, can the M2 medium get a shot on him? We need that M2 medium to spot for us, and from this position we should be able to hit him. Now, can we go to battle assistant? Just don't know where that M2 medium is. But if the M2 medium came up the island, the M2 on our team would actually spot him straight away. So I think we're reasonably safe from counter battery at the moment, because the enemy is ignoring us, and I think they're trying to get our M2 medium. But if we can get an accurate shot on that tank destroyer, we'll take him out the game. I think we're just waiting for the enemy to make a move. Now the M3's moving, and he's been killed. Our M2 got him. The M3 did poke his nose out. So now it's 2 versus 3. And we just need to know where the enemy M2 medium is. kind of suggests to me that maybe the M2 medium, oh yes, he did go up round the other side. I think that's what I was thinking. Maybe he went round the east side, came up there, and our M2 medium got around into him. Now, can Gucci get the kill shot? He's in the open. Go for it. Oh, doesn't need to. Our M2 medium finished the job, and the enemy Arty's still trying to get him, but can't fire over that rock. He's in defilade. He's in cover. So now it's just the enemy Arty to kill, and so I think now we can come out of our hiding place and go after the enemy Arty. Yep, there's some rather fruity language going on in chat. I don't think you saw that. You want to pay attention to that. Okay, Gucci's moving. Now, something you may actually have noticed is that this is another of the skins produced by Sir Rusty, and we're very grateful for him doing that. And you can see it's got our logo on the front of the vehicle. Oh, Arty shell still hitting the rock face. Well, I get the impression that what Gucci's going to do is try and follow and support the M2 medium as he goes into the enemy cap area. Or is he? No, he's decided he's going to go south on his own. Now you can see from the range... Oh, there is the birch gun. He's on the other side of the map. And from this position, it's going to be very difficult to hit, but the trajectory of the SU-5 shell is very high. So if he can get a shell over the castle into the birch gun, he'll take him out. And it's a very difficult shot indeed. As you can see, round out, this should be good. Yes, he gets a kill shot. 131 hit points. I thought he'd have difficulty making that shot. It's a very, very difficult shot actually, because the closer they stay to the castle, the more difficult it is to arch the shell over the castle into them. But he just stayed far enough away from the edge of the castle for Gucci to get him. So that's one. If he can get the other one, that will be a counter battery. And the fruity language is still going on. Oh, and here's the last of the enemies. It's a Lorraine 39 LAM, the tier 3 French. And he's just spotted us as well, I think. Or his sixth sense went off, and we're dialing in on his position. He's fired at us. He's got a 105mm gun, but very inaccurate. And Gucci's now going to put him out of his misery and win a counter battery medal and win the game. Very nice indeed. That worked out okay. Let's have a look at the end of battle map stats. And it's a first class tanker for Gucci, 72 in the SU-5. He got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits, crew incapacitations or module damage. And he also got a fighter badge for getting 4 kills. He got 4 exactly. And of course he got that counter battery medal for getting both of the enemy RT, or killing both, or all of the enemy RT you should say actually. Because you can't get a counter battery from killing 2 of the enemy RT, leaving 1 of them outstanding. But there was only 2 in this game. And in fact, actually, he entered the game with only 2 shells left. So you can see he was almost at a depleted magazine when he took that last kill. Let's have a look at team score. There you go, right at the top of the table on his team, but he wasn't the high scorer of overall. That went to the Panzer 38T. He actually managed to get 740 hit points of damage, whereas Gucci managed to get 723, so he wasn't far behind. And then after that came the M2 medium with 601, and the next high score after that was that M8A1 who got 536. Gucci did get the highest number of kills alongside the Panzer 38T. They both got 4 kills, and there's a bunch of tanks with 2 kills apiece. And after that, the base XP, he did get the highest amount, 685 base experience points. The SU, oh no, he didn't actually. That's the M2 medium got 685. Gucci got 589, and then came the Sav M43, got 446. He fired 10 rounds in that game, got 5 direct hits, 2 penetrations and 7 splash, damage of 723 hit points, of which 545 are at more than 300 meters. He damaged 7 of the enemy, killed 4 of them, and did 48 hit points of damage assistance. On a premium account, he earned 19,680 credits, and after ammunition resupply, took away 16,780 credits, but he did use premium consumables, as you probably saw during that game, and the fact that he hasn't had to resupply that means he probably has plenty in stock and bought them when they were cheap, and so he still would have made a profit even if he did use premium consumables bought during a sale. He received 884 XP, times 2 for the first victory of the day, took away 1,768 altogether. So pretty good round and a very good example of how you can use the Nigel spot very effectively. It was a bit unfortunate that enemy tank was a little further away than Guji was expecting, because he should have been able to shotgun him right away, but he got a lovely manually aimed one on him after he readjusted his aim. And that's difficult because when you readjust the aim, you get Reticule Bloom, but he still got the target, took him out, and killed both Arty. So if you enjoyed that replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.